Is my name. More. I'm 60 years old. So, okay, no, I'm a course. If he's in Choy, you could be here to tell him to get a course. I have a man with a missing. I have over 200 recorded songs. So, when you can I work in a studio, private studios. I come along Ajaja. If I Ajaja, you will think you will look at. Yeah, here people come working. That's the truth. When I got type of onward. I was in Lagos then. We went to one studio. I made the same thing. So now, luckily for me, went to Radio Nigeria Academy, Lagos. We work audio editing, studio management and engineering. I did them, but not filmmaking. So, Nosiana ABS in America was to complete it in order to be a complete human being. So, okay, I'm just here back. When certain aspects of filmmaking, you know what idea. You have cinematography, you have animation, graphics design, video editing. I don't remember audio editing, but I'm getting a video editing. It's a teacher. So when I say at the top, I'm on video editing. Now about my number one, animation and graphics design. Who's here that I'm here? Who am I? So I also mark I get me before I'm So I'm encourage you on your bonnet, John. You may hear Pasal filmmaking or any of these courses. You have the Abana ABS, no born a book. It was only a MD, you're my governor. I'm going to tell you this academy. One in town. You have state of the art digital filmmaking academy. So, of course, what happened? Sina Bambo, this process, we have to remember. Only to governor of Rebel. You will wear Nature help. I enjoy the unity of line state of the art studio, audio and video. See, online, no one can wear talent, Erika. If I am not the Mefa, or the Mefa, so that when you now, you can wear. The talents are not showcased.
And the first time I came a little bit after they started because I was combining with school. I was in my final year of projects and all. But I discovered that there were too many of us. And I was like, am I going to actually do this or am I just coming to waste my time? I found that it's not about coming here, that it's about putting in effort, energy, and time. And I had to create a balance to do that. And in the 3 months of being here, I had a lot of people complain that they were not teaching anything, but I was getting so much. Why? I discovered that it's not all about what you give us here is a direction to your research. When you go on YouTube, it now mirrors down what you're looking for. Then after the whole theory thing, it came to practicals. And I was seeing all those things they were saying in class being practicalized when we started shooting. Because for actors, our own practical exam was the acting thing. So after hearing it, after seeing the written and everything, you had to put it there. So it made me learn teamwork. I started working with people. I used to be a very lonely person. Like, I started working with a lot of persons. I started making noise. And I started getting used to the camera. I started understanding that filmmaking, acting is not all about being a celebrity like we're all thinking. That there's more to it. There's the message. There are scripts that make sense. There are scripts that don't make sense. There are stories to be told in acting. So I think it was my 3 months. I'm glad I came. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy. You see, from the first time I came to this academy, I started experiencing what I did not know. I came here, I met people. I came here, I met motivators. Though I was trying to see where I would make happiness. And it happened that I met it here. I specialize in acting. I have 3 things: script writing and editing. And I want to encourage other people who are still outside searching for where they will do something better, that they should be encouraged to come to this academy and learn something for their future.
I had the intention of studying just broadcast journalism because I had intentions of working in a television firm. So I realized there were 11 courses and you could do as much courses as you want. So I now say, okay, I remembered I paid the whole 31,000 and I'll only study 1 course, I'll go back. So I decided to go into acting, which I have all these courses, things I have never done. I decided to go into acting, script writing, the broadcast journalism, and then makeup, because makeup is something every girl does in the house. But I wanted to major in it. Initially, I thought that we had too many makeup artists in Nigeria, so I was less interested, but I just wanted to try it out. Then when I got into the system, I wasn't too serious. In fact, one day I had issues with Mr. Pascal, because I told him to show me something during our makeup class, especially the special effects. And he refused because I had my nails on. You take a look at me, I don't have nails right now. I had my nails on and I couldn't do it. I was very upset. But when I got back home, I took off my nails and I started doing something. And recently, after my whole training, I've been able to carry out personal things on my own. Like the zombie look I did, I posted it on the internet. I watched it from YouTube. I added it to the idea I got from Ife, our lecturer, and it helped me a lot because these are things I never did. And to be very sincere with you, ever since I graduated from the academy, I've had lots of jobs, starting from the Calabar Carnival. I got a contract to make up about 30 models, and they paid me. Different makeup jobs have become. This is something I didn't want to do. And then I find myself already presenting. I have a TV program now, the talk show with Felicia Boko, which airs every Friday, ABS TV. I'm so excited. This academy has really taught me a lot. I can write scripts perfectly. I can get a story that didn't exist. And they taught me how to make a name of a story without people interpreting what the movie is all about. So I actually learned a lot, and it has impacted greatly in my life. And I believe I'm going to make it big in the future. Because right now, people are telling me, please teach me. I'm going to teach them more and I'll collect money. Thank you very much.
See, I'm a bit emotional because I look at you as my kids. You know, every parent, normally when you see your kids go through school and then put on the graduation gown, you know, you feel very proud, isn't it? So on that note, I want you to give yourselves a very, very big round of applause. And like you all will testify, I'm sure it hasn't been an easy journey, isn't it? And you know, I'm happy that finally we've come to the conclusion of the program. But that's not to say that we come to the conclusion of your skill development. We started this journey with about 132 students. But you know, like in everything in life, it's not all the people that started the journey that will complete the journey. So today we are graduating only 107. Maybe the other people, I don't know what happened to them, maybe because of the rigor of the work. I want to tell you, please, that we're very proud of you. And that as you go forth into the world, you know, always remember, you know, what your lecturers taught you. And remember that you guys are going to be our ambassadors. So please, wherever you are, by the time you start appearing in all those big movies, you start making all those big waves. Always remember us here at the academy, okay? Everybody talks about Harvard Business School. People talk about Yale, and all the big universities in the world. Those universities are actually doing well because of the power of the alumni. And these are people that went through those universities that have come back to endowed prizes and support them in various ways. So please, by the time the big pop starts rolling, please always remember, I know the building is very hot, isn't it? It's hot. So what I'm trying to say is that, we count on you that at some point you come back to us and see how can we partner with the academy to make it better for those coming after us, okay? So I wish you guys all the best, and don't forget we're always here for you. God bless you along your life journey. Thank you very much.
I am absolutely delighted to be in your midst. And this is a very important occasion for me, which will linger on for a long time. Actually, to linger on, it's a lifetime experience. I am deeply impressed by the boldness, by the eloquence of the speakers I've seen here, including the master of ceremonies. The lady who recited, or who led us, in reciting both nationally and the state anthem, did a marvelous job. The first male to give a testimony, this is great. When this place was started less than a year ago, I marveled at the impact of his novels, something entirely new, because no state government in this country had ever established an academy of this nature. So once again, Anambra State made it. Anambra State, the trailblazer. I knew this school would go places, but certainly not at the speed at which it has proceeded. So I commend the people who conceived it, who have been leading it, as well as all the participants. When the first graduates came out a couple of months ago, there were about 33 of them. But today, 102. That's very impressive by any standard in the world. At the first graduation ceremony, I told you that His Excellency the Governor of Anambra State had directed that a particular model or course be included in your curriculum, and that's entrepreneurship. I'm glad to inform you that a couple of people of Anambra State origin have volunteered to lead you in this model free of charge. Entrepreneurship is the way to go. And I would like you to understand what it means. It's common to find well-talented writers, actors, singers, who unfortunately don't have much management acumen. As a result, they make so much money that within a very short period, the money vanishes. We do not want that to happen in Anambra State. We would like you to know how to manage human beings, how to make money and how to manage money. We would like to teach you how to recognize business opportunities, how to get along with your fellow human beings, your subordinates, your peers, and your superiors, as well as members of the larger society. That is what is called entrepreneurship. We want to teach you how to write business proposals. We want you to know how to get money from banks. Most people in the world do not know how to write and present bankable projects. We want you to know all this so you remain successful all your life.
A round of applause.
Dr. Nico Koye, who is been involved in the entrepreneurship programs of the states, a product of Harvard Business School, has been able to teach you free. Our Commissioner for Economic Planning, who has a rich international experience, a young person like most of you here, will also help. Our Commissioner for Finance, who is the most brilliant accountant and former executive director of UBA, has also volunteered to teach you how to write bankable projects. This is the best way to move into the 21st century. We must do things differently, not the way our ancestors did. I am glad that the MD spoke about the imperative to always look for ways to assist your alma mater. It is true that schools like Harvard, Yale, etc. have been able to rise to their most impressive heights. And one major reason for it has to do with the assistance, the encouragement they receive regularly from their former students who have gone to become very successful in life. This is something we don't do in Nigeria yet, but we have to do it. I'm absolutely certain that most of you here will become far more successful than you actually wish. Already, some of your films are being shown on television and have received great praise. So if you could produce such wonderful films while you were students here, what will happen by the time you get more experience, more knowledge, more skills, and more competencies? I'm going to pass on your request to His Excellency to give you first-class facilities. Already, Anambra State has the most digitally advanced television and radio studios in the whole of Africa. Our governor is a man of excellence, a man of taste, and a man of class. I don't have any doubt in my mind that in the next couple of weeks, once the election is over, he is going to, as usual, extend his generosity to this school to become one of the very best in the world. The best students here, the MC, the lady who led us in reciting the national and state anthems. I would like you tomorrow to meet my PA. Each of you has a gift from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my brethren, thank you so much for this day. It's a blessed day for you all. And thank you so much for, I'm privileged to be part of you. I may not have contributed much physically, but spiritually I was with you. And at least I talked to you once or twice. And I know that some of you will be saying all these things that are being promised. we are not part of it anymore, we're living. Don't worry, you are part of us in spirit. And let me tell you something, that despite the fact that you're living here today, you are not living, because anything you want for us to do for you, we are always available to any request you want to make. I'm so happy that I've identified many script writers here for my course of talking to you, and the test, I know you guys, I sent a test for you, and you guys did some tests, about 30 of you, but you say you never heard from me or from us. Don't worry, I know my winners, and very soon, in fact this week, the winners that we've picked will receive something. I'm sure Pascal has your email, your phone call, and he will send something for you, all right? So, and I want to assure you that what you see here today is not what you're going to see tomorrow. The next time you come here to this academy, you're saying, was this the place that I graduated from? There are things that are going to happen this year. This will not be like this. Innovations, because that the governor, His Excellency, he wants to do a lot of things from ABS. And wants to get an integrated thing. It has to be all encompassing. So this place will be bigger, will be more ambience, there will be a lot of things happening around. So everything starts this year. So when you come next year, in a few months' time, something different will be here. I promise you that one. And also, like someone mentioned about the request for digital studios and all that, which the Honorable Commissioner says is going to table to the governor. And that's the kind of thing he wants. I'm sure he's going to accede to that request. And other things, other help you might need. You are now only go to the outside world to practice what you learned here. And I believe you may be encountering some problems and say, nah, wow, I didn't think this will be like this. Don't be discouraged for any reason. Fall back to us and tell us, look, we encountered this issue or this challenge when we went to present our proposal or whatever. We'll know what to do. If you have a very good, viable proposal with a project that you want executed, and money is the issue, and we see that it's a viable and prospective project, we'll know what to do. So don't think you're going to be left alone as you graduate today. We are still with you. It's up to you to tell us, look, these are what I'm encountering. How can you assist? Everything doesn't have to be financial. It can be connection. It can be connected to somebody that can do something for you. So it's only when you ask that we know you have issues. So please, as we live here today, we are not going to leave you. We'll be chasing you to make sure you are successful in whatever endeavor or whatever course you chose and get here. So please, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for what happened. And say, God bless you all.
You know, for what I've seen this afternoon. One, like I said, in my schedule, I wasn't meant to be here. I only went to his office to, arrange for Saturday event Walk for Life, so that we'll all be fit, okay? But coming here is a different ball game. First, from the lady, okay, the MC, anchoring the whole thing very well. Then the lady that boldly I've been discussing with the commissioner, boldly volunteered to take the national anthem and Anambra state anthem. But most importantly is the first lady that did the testimony. You see, that one thing she said, where is that lady?
Please stand up.
The one that came for the test, yeah, sure. You see, there's one thing that is striking. I was picking what she said about coming with a perception and the paradigm. There was a shift. And that's exactly what happens in the world. She came with a perception. Nothing is happening here. Is she here to waste her time? Then, in the midst of the class, lectures was going on, and so took it like nothing was happening. But in between the lines were the hidden treasure, and she saw it and she took it. That is the difference. The guy that made first class, you were in the same class with him. Not. While the teaching and the lecture was going on, a good number of people will not see anything good there. But at the end of the day, somebody will come out with first class, right? The same way in the world, we all got into the field and many people in the office will be complaining
But the means of that, somebody is progressing. That's the difference. Okay? So, what's the lesson there? Anyway, find yourself. Look very well in between the lines. There's something hidden there. That's the most important thing. That place they think you will not excel. Go there and look very well. Something is hidden. So for all of you here, you've come here in between the lines. It could even start today. Little effort you make. She get home, she research. The same way. Some people will get home and just the next day come back to the class. That's the difference. There must be a difference between the first class guy and that third class guy. But even after the class and you get into the world, you still have to make the difference. So I encourage all of you, and for what you've done, I will also send you a gift. And for the young man that initially I didn't know what was happening, I thought, it was part of the acting, but I made to understand that, he's physically challenged, and I'm impressed that he didn't give up. He has to come here and establish. What he did is something. I had a classmate, a lady. She was disabled. We are all in the same class as you there. You dare not try to help her. She's mad. Today, as I speak with you, her details is that she is a senior manager in First Bank. Yeah. My own classmates, we still in touch. When she was posted to Kwara State for service, they sent her back to Anambra State. She quarreled with the NYC. Why? It's a policy. Once you are disabled, you must go back to your state. She quarreled. Why are they sending her back? She refused to go back from Kwara State. She refused. But they have to show her the law. She said she's ready to break the law. But of course, they have to force her down. She finished here and we are going to Lagos to hustle for job. She joined. We got job, she got job. I got into the bank, she got into the bank. She got job in First Bank. Till today, they have not sacked her. In short, she's a landlord in Lagos, she's living, she's married, she has 3 kids. So, my dear good friend, you've done well. And for that, I will do my little talking too. Okay? And everywhere you can talk. So, for all of you here, I congratulate you. And anytime I have opportunity, maybe I will come to learn too. Okay? Okay. Sure. When they were talking about entrepreneurship, leave my background, leave my current work. Once you're educated, once you get into a certain level, the duty is once you are given an assignment, take it and get it done. I didn't start sporting, but I'm a banker. Done banking for about 20 years before coming to Anambra State to work here, and I've done finance. So I am also, I'll donate myself to teach. Anytime I'm asked to come and teach in business strategy, okay, because while you're doing the business, the write-up of what is, you need the strategy. The credits of bank, I'm a banking officer, I've done credit, so to do your regular credit, to get loan in the bank, I think we know how to do that one. The business strategies, I think we know how to do that one. The marketing aspect of it, I think we can do that. So, Uche, anytime you need me to come and do that little one, I think we can do that. Thank you very much.
This is our state, and it's a joint responsibility for everybody to join hands and let's develop our state, especially the youth, because they are the future of this state and they are the leader of now. So we should, from every angle, despite every divide, and see what we can do to reposition our youth, especially in industries like this. I keep telling people that the white-collar job is no longer existing. The corporate organization, they are right-sizing, and government, they are downsizing. But we as youth can take our rightful place in industries where and industries that where you will come and showcase what we have upstairs, and that is where the mega box is. People like Linda Ikeji, I don't think she has an MBA anywhere, but because of her creativity, look at where she is now. Most of those you see on the screen, Nollywood TV, they did not even pass through this kind of advantageous training people have been exposed to. But look at where they are now. So let us take this thing seriously. It may look so insignificant, but it's your future. Some people, they devoted their money, their time to come here and impart into us. And I want to beg us that we should take those things seriously. And on behalf of the senator who delights so much in empowering Ndem Malo, notwithstanding where we are from, we still remain committed to what this ABS Academy is doing. And I want to say that the next batch will still be part of it. And we want to beg if we can move it a bit to Onitsha, because some of our students, they complain of the distance coming from Anambra is Aguleri to this place. So please look into that, and it will all be the best on the Anambra. Thank you so much.
Okay, this is certificate of award presented to Effiong Queen Lawrence as best in makeup. In the house. Certificate of award presented to best in producing, having completed the agency. The 3 months training, the best scriptwriter certificate of award presented to Diane. Yeah, take your picture with the commissioner. Certificate of award presented to the best in animation. It goes to no other person but Williams Richard Ibuka. In cinematography, certificate of award presented to no other person but Maduka Ikemdinachukwu C. Female, where we should be having male, and it goes to best in video editing. It goes to another person but Ugu Chinasa Blessing. Day and night at the academy with a low system, and she still came out with a good work.
All right, we'll say that this happens to be something new in Anambra State, and the first one was successful. We graduated 35 students. This second graduation, we happened to graduate 107 students. Out of this 107, 58 were able to complete perfectly and successfully graduate with one course or more, while 40 of them went through the academy, having stayed 3 months learning and working with us. Then 8 were graduated as best students in different area of specialization. We had best in cinematography, we had best in editing, we had best in animation, we had best in broadcast journalism, and so on and so forth, makeup and so. And I would say that we have been able to let out successfully 107 people out there to the society to make a difference in the filming industry and in broadcasting. So I would say kudos to them, and by God's grace, we're still going to be working with some of these students. Like the best in broadcast journalism will be starting up an internship here at ABS, and some other people in acting, editing, we're going to be working with here at ABS, and also for future film productions. So I would say once you see this certificate, anybody presents it to you, know that that person has fully been trained in the area of specialization written on the certificate.